Is up, my friends? Hope you are all doing really well and having a good week, making some music. How freaking good is it that we get to just make music? Whether it's full time, whether it's part time, whether it's just a hobby for you, whether you pick up the guitar or sit down at the drums like once a year. When you do it, how freaking good is that? How lucky are we that we're born onto this planet, on this pale little blue dot in the middle of this vast universe? We're here right now in this timeline, and we have the ability to sit down and express ourselves through the means of creating different vibrations. And it gives us goosebumps, it makes us feel good. It's like, dude, we're so freaking lucky. That's something my dad was always saying. He's like, guess what we get to do today? We get to make music, man. It's awesome. And I'm really thankful for this community. You know, I'm realizing that a lot of the people who are kind of latching on to my channel are fellow people who share the inspiration, and they're inspired. They share the excitement and the energy about making music, and that's what I want this channel to be about. So I want this to be kind of a place for support and positivity and just fun, and for us to kind of share ideas and make it a little community, get a dialogue going. So this is, you know, with going with that theme, this is a comment that I got. Somebody asked a question. A viewer just asked this question a few hours ago, and I thought this would be a really great thing to touch on today. Sonic Saga 001 _ asks, really appreciate you putting this out there. I'm curious, in your career, how do you handle losing a big gig? I recently had what felt like my one shot slip through my fingers, and I'm having a really hard time bouncing back. Any advice? Yeah, man. I'm really sorry to hear about that. I have been there so many times. You know, literally getting fired from gigs. You know, it's happened so many times. Or getting spec mix, test mix opportunities where they're like, we'll try you out. And then I try it out and they literally listen to it and they're like, nope, you're not good enough, or your mix, this isn't what we had in mind, or just losing it that way, or literally getting hired for a gig or getting hired for an album and, like, you know, mixing some songs and the artist liking those, and then mixing some others, and then they just decide like, no, you weren't right for those songs. So like, there's so many different scenarios where you could just get fired and get tossed off of a job, and it just, you feel like your heart's been ripped out of your chest. Like, it's like worse than a breakup, because, you know, this is our lifeblood. We just give such a damn about this, right? And it feels like, it can feel in the moment like everything rides on this opportunity, you know? You may have mixed like 40 albums or like 200 songs, and like, but this project was going to be the one that would, you know, this was the moment and this was it, and I've lost it, I've messed it up. It sucks. It's a terrible feeling, because it can feel like you won't have another shot. Like, yeah, you know, in the words of the wise elder Marshall Mathers, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. And I don't know if that's true, you guys. So I got to share this little image. I put together a little Spotify playlist, and I'm going to link to this below. This is called Missed Mix Gigs. Maybe I'll change the name by the time this comes out. But these are some of the most memorable. I don't think this is even half of them, but these are like the more significant gigs I have completely botched and lost. And, you know, looking through this list, I'm looking at the screen here. We've got DJ Snake, Bryson Tiller, Kali Uchis. I lost Kali Uchis gigs many times, many times. Dijon. Oh! I mean, I'll never get over that one. WizKid. A bunch of Burna Boy stuff that he just didn't like what I did, and it went to somebody else. G-Eazy. Umi, you know, the list kind of goes on, and all I can really do is laugh about it now. And I want to share a little inspiration that if you've ever been there, or maybe if you're there right now, or maybe you haven't even had the big opportunity yet that's going to come, I just want you to know that even if you don't get that opportunity, it's okay, man. It in the grand scheme of the timeline of Earth, like, none of this really matters anyway. You know, what matters is that you showed up, you did your best, you got your rocks off, you got goosebumps, you got the groove, you did your best to serve the artist, and that's what I felt like I did in these scenarios. and then you hand it off. The rest is out of your control. And a lot of, I think, what separates the men from the boys in this industry is developing the ability to take that weight off and not sweat the small stuff, and to not try to control things that you can't control. We just got to do our best, deliver it, hand it in, and if it's what they're looking for, yes, great. If it's not, let it go, man. Wasn't meant to be. Because I can say, you know, if there's this fork in the road where like I got all these gigs or some of these gigs, there's these different timelines. I'm a timeline guy. I believe all that. And, you know, in those alternate realities, is my career like way better off because I had all these gigs? Maybe having Kali Uchis on the discography could have led to getting some additional bookings. But I know for a fact that having additional G-Eazy mixes or Burna, having a couple of those Burna songs that I didn't, it's not going to make any difference in my life. It's just really not. Dijon really could have opened up a different path. But that's the other thing. How productive is it? How useful is it for my time, for me to sit here and just imagine and dream what my life could look like? Like, there's a deeper issue going on there. Like, am I not happy with my current life? Like, no, I got to take a look inside. Like, I am freaking happy. And if I'm not, which some days I'm just like not having a great day, then I got to look at like, what can I control to make it a better day? What, you know, I can't control any of this. What can I control to make my career go in the direction that I want it to make? I'll tell you what, I could sit my ass down in my chair and just get to work and work on like perfecting my skills and learning how to EQ. And according to some people in the YouTube comments, I need to learn how to gain structure. And, you know, I'm taking that into consideration as well. It's super funny. But yeah, man, I hope that this just sheds a little bit of light to you, my friends, because yeah, there's a lot of like flexing going on YouTube, where guys will get on here and just be like, oh man, let me tell you what's going on. This is how I did this big gig. I'm going to break down this, you know, and it's like, whatever. I have a mixed breakdown or a couple of those online, and I'm not going to say who. I think name dropping is just lame. I'd rather get on here and like self-deprecate and just sort of level with you, and you know, and just show you that I have messed up way more than I've succeeded. And that's sort of just kind of life, right? And we're failing upwards. But you know what I see here? I don't see 11 missed opportunities. I see 11 mixes that I had fun on. And I see 11 mixes that easily, each of them would have been like a couple hours spent at least. So like a couple hours, 11 mixes, we'll say it's like what? 20, 30 hours of practice. Of like maybe unpaid practice that didn't end up getting released. But dude, those hours add up. I'm 20 or 30 hours closer to that 100 million hour mark that's going to make me a great mixer. So I think that's the stuff to keep in mind. And we just got to keep going, man. That's all I got, you guys. This was fun. Let me know if you have like any other topics you would want to talk about, because I kind of run out of things to film about, and then if I don't have a topic, I kind of just don't film that week. So drop some stuff below. We'll see you guys soon. Hope you're doing well. Have a great week mixing. Woo! Let's go! Peace.